welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be my December TBR, but first I want to check in with how I did in November. Also, if you can hear a lot of background noise, I am at my parents' house for Thanksgiving and they're being a little loud. So I read 9 books in November. Most of them were from my TBR, a couple of them were off of my TBR. I did a Choose Your Own Adventure reading vlog, which was for the 1000 Doors readathon, and in that video I read the European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewomen by Theodora Goss, which is the sequel to The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, and I gave this 4.5 stars. I really loved it. Great continuation from the first book, but it was a tad bit too long. Then I also read Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour, which I gave 3 stars. Then I read Burning Roses by S.L. Huang, which I also gave 3 stars. I read My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyenkon Braithwaite, which I think I gave 4 stars. And then I read Over the Woodward Wall by A. Deborah Baker, aka Seanan McGuire, which I gave 5 stars. So if you want to know any of my thoughts on those 5 books, I will link that video and you can go watch it. It was definitely one of the most fun readathons that I've ever participated in, and I really loved how that vlog turned out. So then I also read You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. I didn't vlog this one, but I ended up giving it, I think 4 stars, 4.5 stars. I don't know, I'm going back and forth. I really loved this book, but I think that had it been an adult book, I would have given it 5 stars because there was a couple instances where I felt like the YA label was holding it back a little bit from going as far as I think the story should have gone and as dark as I think the story should have gone. But overall, for like a cool, weird revenge story, it was great. So then I also read Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, The Bear and the Nightingale by Katherine Arden, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. And all 3 of those books I read for a reading vlog that will be coming out, I think, next week. So I'm gonna hold off telling you guys what I thought of all 3 of those, but definitely be on the lookout for that vlog because it was a lot of fun and I have a lot of opinions about these 3 books. So those were the books that I read in November. I didn't end up getting to everything that was on my November TBR, unfortunately, because I didn't take into account that I was going to be taking off the entire week of Thanksgiving to spend with my parents. So I really didn't do any reading over Thanksgiving, and that set me back a little bit. But it's fine, we're gonna move along. So I have 1 readathon in December and 1 read-along. So I am hosting another round of Smetathon, if you didn't know, from December 18th to the 20th. And I will be having a video out on Friday with all of the information, all of the challenges, the buddy read, we're doing a live show. So definitely keep an eye out for that on Friday. A lot of people have been asking me what the challenges are. They're coming, don't worry. And then the read-along that I'm participating in, or co-hosting, is the 2nd month of the Winter Night trilogy read-along. So we will be reading The Girl in the Tower by Katherine Arden, which I'm very excited for. So with all that out of the way, you are going to jump back to past Riley. I filmed my TBR ahead of time because I knew I was going to be at my parents' house for a while. Let's transition back in time and I will show you what my TBR is for December. Okay, so now to pick my December TBR. If you're new here, every month the way that I select my TBR books is by picking challenges from a jar. I have a whole list of challenges in here ranging from books I've owned for more than 3 years to 5-star predictions. Basically just a lot of challenges to help me better select my TBR. Right here I have my TBR cart. You can't see all of it, but I have a lot of books that are currently ones that I'm in the mood for. A lot of people have been asking me about this cart and basically like how I organize it. Every month at the start, or like right before I'm about to film my TBR, I just put books on here that I'm in the mood for right now because I'm a mixture of a mood reader and I like to have a little bit of a TBR. Otherwise, when I finish a book, it'll take days, if not weeks, for me to pick up another book if I don't have like a set list of books that I'm reading that month. So TBRs really help me to consistently read, whereas I'm also a mood reader. So that's why I like doing the challenges out of the jar, because then I can still sort of pick the books that I want while also being pushed out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I'm still able to have a little bit of control. So at the start of every month, I go through my books and I put ones that I'm currently most wanting to read or in the mood for on this cart, just to help me like better select books. So this month I'm really in the mood for romance, so there's a lot of romance on here. I think the past like 2 months I was very heavy in fantasy, so I kind of want December to be a very romance heavy month. It's also Smutathon, which I will be posting a separate Smutathon TBR with all of the challenges and all of the information. The way that we're doing the challenges this round is super fun, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. So that should be coming up in a couple days. So without further ado, let's get into choosing. So the first one I pick is I picked a horror. Literally, as I'm saying I want to do a romance heavy month, I pick horror. Oh my god, this is actually perfect. Okay, no, I'm excited I got this. So I'm gonna be picking Dark House by Karina Halle. She was actually kind enough to send me the first 4 books in this series. I have the other 3 right here. And basically, this is a horror romance series that she wrote. I am just so intrigued by, because you guys know horror and romance are my 2 favorite genres, and I have been on the hunt so much for some sort of romance book that is horror, but not dark romance. I've been really wanting like a romantic horror where the horror elements aren't like the girl's been sold into sex trafficking, you know? So basically, the premise of this series is that it's about a girl who can see ghosts and a guy who films a ghost hunting show, and they team up. It says it has X-Files and Supernatural vibes, so they're filming like this ghost hunting show, and then they're gonna have a romance. Karina did tell me, she DM'd me and told me to go in like, I feel like she was lowering my expectations a little bit. I think that this was like one of her first books, if not her actual first book that she ever wrote or ever published. And she told me that the first book is very slow and it's more like setting things up. And so there's like not really romance in this first book. It's like a slow burn romance over the course of the series, and I think there's like 9 or 10 books in the series. She sent me the first 4, but I'm excited. Like, I'm here for a horror romance slow burn series. It was funny because I really felt like she was trying to lower my expectations of this first book, but everything she was saying were like things that I love. Slow burn, she said it's creepy, like I'm here for it. So I'm very excited. I definitely will be reading this first book, and depending on how this one goes, I might pick up the second book and maybe like binge a couple of them. I don't know, but very excited with this first pick. Next, let's do this one. So I picked young adult. I have absolutely no young adult on this cart, but I do have a copy of These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I pre-ordered it, but it was sent to my parents' house because I'm going there for Thanksgiving. I should have it in my possession. Editing Riley will have this book in her possession. Got it. And I'm very excited to read this. So this is a YA fantasy that takes place in, I believe, the 1920s Shanghai, and it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet retelling. It sounds amazing. It's been getting so much buzz, and everything that I've heard about it so far just sounds so good. And I think I've mentioned this before, I haven't been very excited by YA fantasy lately, but this one just sounds so good, and I'm very excited to read it. So there we go. So far, the jar does not want me to read romance. Next, let's pick this one. Ooh, I picked favorite author. Okay, that's easy. I'm gonna pick Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. So you guys would know, Talia Hibbert is my favorite romance author, but I was not the biggest fan of the first book in the series, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, but I'm very excited for this one. I feel like this one I'm gonna click with more because I have friends who also felt kind of lackluster about Chloe Brown who gave this 5 stars. And I remember when reading Chloe Brown, I really liked Dani because Dani is her sister. I don't even really know what this is about. I think it's fake dating. Oh my god, it's fake dating and friends with benefits. So it's about 2 friends, and during a routine workplace fire drill, he like rescues her from the building, and somebody takes a video of it and it goes viral online. So there's like a hashtag about them, and like people are shipping them, and so they decide to fake a relationship in public, but she is also trying to start up like a friends with benefits type of situation with him. This sounds so good. Oh my god, you guys, this TBR already, I cannot wait for December. All right, next is this one, standalone. So that's easy because like most romances are standalones. Oh, none of these are standalones. I literally said most romances are standalones and none of these are standalones. Okay. Ooh, you know what? Let me pick this. This I think is a thriller. It's The Lady Upstairs by Haley Sutton. This sounds so great. So it says it's a dark thriller about a woman who makes a living taking down terrible men, then finds herself in over her head with blood on her hands. The only way out, pull off one final con. Oh, okay. Her job is to blackmail bad men in Hollywood, so like producers, actors, corrupt cops, and she gets paid to do this, so that's like her job. And then one of her targets ends up murdered. This sounds so good. Okay, I'm very excited for this. I know I said I wanted to read a lot of romance, but I think I mostly just wanted to read like quicker, lighter books instead of all of the really long fantasies that I was reading in October and November. Next, let's do this one. Arc. I'm gonna cheat a little for this one. I have an arc of this book on my Kindle, but I did also get a physical copy. So this is Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellafleur. So this is like a sapphic Pride and Prejudice, but they have to fake date. It's like everything that I could have ever wanted. If you could go back 10 years ago to when I was completely obsessed with Pride and Prejudice and I watched it every single day, and if you would have told 15-year-old Riley that there would one day be a sapphic Pride and Prejudice, I would have died. I would have dropped dead on the spot. All right, we have Booktuber's favorite. Ooh, I have many choices for this. I don't know if you can see these here. I have a couple historical romances, which I'm sure are somebody's favorite. I'm gonna go with Zenny. Is that how you pronounce it? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to listen to the audiobook of this to find out if I've been pronouncing this wrong. But this is by Rebecca Weatherspoon, and Mina from Mina Reads loves this book and raves about it, and I've been dying to read it, but I keep forgetting about it because I didn't own a copy, so I had to buy myself one so I could remember to read it. Because I think I put it on a couple TBRs, like maybe it was on a Smudathon TBR a while back. I believe that this is about a girl who, in order to get her inheritance, she must get married, and her aunt has to choose the person that she marries. So she can't just marry anyone. Her aunt had like a specific person that she wants to marry, and it turns out to be this like, oh my god, I have to read you what it says about him. It says, the ruggedly handsome and deliciously thick, with 2 C's, Scotsman who showed up at her aunt's memorial, bagpipes at the ready. Okay, I'm so excited for this. I love a Scottish hero, mostly because I've been super into Outlander lately. Like that has been like the show that I've been binging. So I'm just like into a hot Scottish man right now. Next, let's pick published before 2015. I think all of these historical romances here. Ooh, 1992, 2006. Yeah, I'm gonna assume all of these were published before 2015. 2009, 2010. Okay, so I could pick any of those, but I shall pick this one. I don't know why I'm like trying to hide them from you and then set them right back there in the camera shot. 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake by Sarah MacLean. So like I said, what did I say this one? This was published in 2010. Oh my god. So much dust just came out of this book. Like, went all up my nose. This one, from what I know, the main character like has always been a rule follower, so she makes a list of rules of like rules to break, and then she enlists the help of this rake who's like known for breaking rules to help her do it. So, ooh, look at this step back. Nice. The first page has like the list of rules, so it says, kiss someone passionately, attend a duel, fire a pistol, gamble, be considered beautiful just once. Aw. I'm gonna read this. Possibly I'm doing some sort of historical romance vlog. I don't know yet. Let's do this one. I picked romance. So basically I can pick whatever I want. Okay, I'm gonna pick Royally Matched by Emma Chase. This is the second book in the series. I read the first book in one of the highest rated romance videos that I did, and I really enjoyed it. And so this one is about the prince from the first book's brother and like having to deal with the fallout of what happened in that book. And oh my my god, okay, this sounds good. I didn't actually know what this was about. This is basically a royal edition of the show The Bachelor. You guys, I'm so excited. So it's a reality TV dating game show where 20 of the world's most beautiful blue bloods all gathered in the same castle. Only one of them will win the handsome prince's heart. This sounds so good. Oh my god, I'm excited. So these are the books on my TBR, plus The Girl in the Tower for my read-along that I'm co-hosting in, and then these Violent Delights. I am so excited. I just feel like this is gonna be a super fun, good time. I'm excited. I will most likely have reading vlogs and videos for all of these books coming out through the month of December. I don't really know what I'm doing video-wise in December. I have a couple, like, the staple, like, end of the year stuff, but in terms of videos and, like, reading vlogs, I'm kind of just gonna see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!